Okay, today we're going to talk about quick graphs using intercepts. This is in section 4.3. Okay, before we begin, I want us to talk about the word intercept. What do you think intercept means? Well, some of you may say, okay, well, intercept, it's where something meets. Or some of you may also think, okay, it's where something crosses. Okay, so when we talk about the y-intercept, what we're really talking about is where the line crosses the y-axis. And the same with the x-intercept. When we talk about the x-intercept, we're talking about where the line crosses on the x-axis. So let's look at the graph. Where does the line cross the y-axis? So I'm going to go to my y-axis. I'm going to see what this point is. Okay, it's the point 0, 3. Okay, where on the line where does the line cross the x-axis? Or what is the x-intercept? The x-axis, I look at this point, and it's the point -4, 0. Okay, now we're just going to look at this graph. What's the y-intercept? Okay, well, I remember that the y-intercept, saying, okay, where does it cross the y-axis? That's the point 0, 4. The x-intercept is where it's crossing the x-axis, the point -3, 0. Okay, again, here's another example. Okay, what's the y-intercept? Okay, the y-intercept on this one looks like it's about 0, -5. Okay, what's the x-intercept? It's the point 3, 0. Okay, now let's look at all of these graphs together. So the y-intercept in the first one is the point 0, 3. The y-intercept with the blue is the point 0, 4. And the last y-intercept is the point 0, -5. What do you notice about the x values for all of these y-intercepts? That's right, the x value is 0. So whenever I want to find the y-intercept, I know that x must be 0. Now let's take a look at these graphs again. And this time we're going to look at the x-intercept. Now the x-intercept, let's see, we have the point -4, 0. We have the point -3, 0. And we also have the point +3, 0. Now what do you notice about the y values for all of these x-intercepts? Well, the y value is, you guessed it, 0. So whenever looking for the x-intercept, the y value is going to be 0. Okay, so these are the points that we just looked at. Let me rewrite these numbers for you. 0, 3, -4, 0. My y-intercept for the second one is the point 0, 4. And notice when I'm writing these coordinates, they're written in parentheses. The numbers are separated by a comma. And the last one, let's see, is 0, -5, and then 3, 0. So for the y-intercept, the x-coordinate is always 0. For the x-intercept, the y-coordinate is always 0. Okay, now we're going to use that information and we're going to graph a line using the x and y-intercept. So the first thing I want us to do, let's find the y-intercept. So what value do we plug in for x? So when we're finding the y-intercept, x is what? Zero. Okay, so I'm just going to plug 0 in for x. So now I have 2 times 0 plus 3 times y is equal to 6. 2 times 0 gives me 0. So I have 3y is equal to 6. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. So I get y is equal to 2. So the coordinate is the point 0 for my x value and 2. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing, except this time we're looking for the x-intercept, or where the line crosses the x-axis. So this time, well, what are we going to plug in for y? Because I'm looking for what crosses the x-axis. Oh, I'm going to let y equal 0, and then I'm going to solve for x. So I have 2x plus 3 times 0 is equal to 6. 2x, let's see, 3 times 0 gives me 0, so now I have 2x is equal to 6. Going to divide both sides by 2. So x is equal to 3. Now my coordinates for this point, x is 3. What was y? 0. Y is 0. So that's my second coordinate. Okay. So these are the same problems that we just worked. So our y-intercept, remember, had the coordinate 0, 2. Our x-intercept had the coordinate 3, 0. So let's go ahead and plot those points. So I've got the point 0, 2 for my y-intercept, 3, 0 for my x. Okay, now I'm just going to graph that line. Okay, and I would like you to use a straight edge when you connect your points. And that's the graph. It's as simple as that. Okay, now you try one. If you need to hit pause so you have time to work it, that's more than okay. So first let's find the y-intercept. Okay, remember that's where the line crosses the y-axis. What do we plug in for x? That's right, we let x equal 0. So now I have 4 times 0 plus 3y is equal to 12. Well, 4 times 0 is 0, so I'm left with 3y is equal to 12. Going to divide both sides by 3. So I get y is equal to 4. Now I'm going to do my coordinates. My x value was 0. My y value is 4. So the coordinate is 0, 4. Okay, now let's find the x-intercept. Same equation. The only difference is now we're going to let y equal 0 and solve for x. So I have 4x plus 3 times 0 is equal to 12. 4x is equal to 12. I'm going to divide both sides by 4. So I get x is equal to 3. So the coordinate for this one is the point 3, 0. Okay, now we're ready to graph. These are the exact same equations we just solved for each. I'm just going to rewrite those equations, those coordinates for us. So I have the point 0, 4 for my y coordinate and the point 3, 0, 0, 4 for my y-intercept and 3, 0 for my x-intercept. Okay, so 0, 4, and 3, 0. Okay, now I'm going to connect those 2 points. And that's a really fast way to graph my line. And that's it.